Today's video is going to be an outdoor chores video, and I have started and I'm going to continue to share them seasonally. We have our routine in the morning and then in the evening, and then of course every day looks a little different depending on what new projects we have going on. Today we were prepping for new projects, propagating, and also harvesting an abundance of herbs for our chicken coop. When I first started experimenting with waking up really early, I tried a few days in the week and then I slowly added up to pretty much doing it every single day. I wake up anywhere between 4:30 and 6. I definitely reached for coffee when I first started, but my body's getting more used to that daily schedule, and so now I drink a cup of green tea. And I recently made this little area for my cat in the garage. Blue was born feral, and he was all by himself, found in the city inside of a tire. Our intention was for him to be a farm kitten, and he's just doing a fantastic job. Since we spend so many hours outside, he's a fantastic garden companion, and he's currently in training to help us out with some critters. So after I greet, feed, and give my animals fresh water, which is definitely part of my daily routine, the first thing I do when I wake up, I now head over to the rose garden. Although this is a new addition, my husband just added the drip line irrigation, so that has helped out a lot as I was previously watering them all by hand. But I like to go and check in if I can do any pruning. With roses, for me, I prune when they bloom. I love to get blooms and put them in my home, but also I like to clip anything that's dying, and that's great for the compost, or it works as potpourri as well. You can add some essential oil, and here I'm adding some cardamom. It makes a really great potpourri. I do daily updates from the garden on my Instagram stories, and lately I've been covering compost, which I will do a video on here. This is my compost bucket for scraps. I also pruned some of the stems for some propagation. We're experimenting more with propagation. We've had some success in the past, and we haven't done it yet with roses. So my husband Byron actually explained this to me, and I'm going to do my best to try to explain it to you. So wherever he plans to dip in the soil, he's going to expose the cambium layer of the plant. The cambium cell layer is essentially the growing part of the plant. Honey is a natural root hormone. It's antifungal, antibacterial, but you can also find root hormone at nurseries and stores that sell garden supplies. We have recycled these containers from the past when we have bought seedlings from the store. And of course, when we got started, when we were experimenting, we were going to local stores. Sometimes we still do, but I think our desire is to start working with what we have and building off of that, which is why propagation is so great. It's basically a way to recycle what you already have growing. It's a 50-50 shot. You know, a lot of times propagation does not work, but we're going to see how these go. We're going to water and cover, and then we'll keep you posted on how that goes. We also did the same thing with our pomegranate trees. After checking in on the rose garden and starting our propagation project, I moved on to the herb garden, which I wanted to do a significant amount of pruning and trimming because I have a lot of herbs, especially mint, peppermint, things like that. I've become much more consistent with my pruning, and the growth of my plants has improved because of it. I have an abundance of all of this. Byron actually built me this drying table for right next to my herb garden so I can sift and dry. So today I'm drying herbs for the chicken coop. I now want to move over to the chicken coop. I have a lot of work to do over here. I have some weeding, some raking, and some prepping. I have a goal to plant a garden specifically for my chickens around the chicken coop. There are some herbs that are healthy for chickens that are great for them, and so I might propagate or save the seeds and try to grow what I'm growing in my herb garden around my chicken coop, some of them, the ones that they can enjoy and that are healthy for them. So today I'm just focusing on raking up excess leaf foliage around the coop. I'm going to throw that into the compost just to get it nice and organized and clean in preparation for planting for the garden. Chickens can get scraps from the garden. They love a variety of herbs, seeds. We have plenty to share so that we can diversify their diet and they're not just getting feed from the feed store. Now, after I did some prepping over at the chicken coop, I came back to the front yard to help out Byron. He was finishing off taking mulch from the truck and putting it onto the rose bed. And then we're just continuing to clean up in this area. I'm actually taking large rocks from over in front of our fence. We have a big project that we want to do in front of our fence with climbing roses. But it's going to take a few stages because we have to prep that entire area in front of the fence with new soil, so we're waiting for our compost to be finished to do that. I needed to help by starting to move the big rocks over to where the rose garden is. I also weeded a little bit over there, just starting to clear off, and we're gonna have to take the tractor for all of the smaller rocks in the future. Not every job that we do I would consider relaxing by any means, but we both have a very clear vision and long-term goal, and sometimes you have to do things like moving big rocks, picking weeds that even though in the moment they don't seem like they're fun, they really have purpose and meaning because they contribute to the long-term vision. I just try to suck it up and do it because I know I'm gonna love it when it's finished. In the mornings I have green tea and then it slowly becomes iced tea throughout the day, so I always have iced tea hanging around for both of us so that when we get thirsty we have something to enjoy and drink. I also have a goal for a DIY water feature, which will be down the line, but I'm prepping the area underneath the tree, just raking up any additional leaf foliage. This summer especially, I've been finding myself slipping on really inexpensive lightweight dresses. Like this is just one from Kohl's that I think I got for 10 bucks. So I don't mind it getting dirty, but it does keep me nice and cool, a little bit more flowy. As I get started with chores, a lot of times something will have dust kicked up into my face, like cleaning out the chicken coop or sweeping. So I like to have a bandana wrapped around my neck so that I always have it to just lift up above my nose if I need to protect my lungs. I have a big hat. I actually just got this one from the grocery store to protect my face from the sun. A good pair of gloves. I hate looking everywhere for my gloves, so I try to keep them on me. After wasting some time looking for shears and gloves, I finally ordered an outdoor garden apron, which has been working great. It's lightweight, but a great place to store gloves and shears. I come in and out of the house all throughout the day, but during the hot portion of the day, I come in, make meals for the kids, do some indoor chores, work on some projects inside, and then we come back out as a family again once it starts to cool down and pick up on some chores. So some of the herbs were dried and ready to go. If I'm doing teas or herbs that I want to use inside, I'll usually dry them inside, but outdoor herbs for the chickens, I can just put on this new table I have now, and it's perfect for drying an abundance of herbs. My niece and nephew come over here a lot, so the kids were playing, I can get some chores done, and then I called them in for dinner. We had dinner, and then we were back outside pretty much until the sun sets, just so that we can enjoy the summer nights working and the kids having fun playing. Last night I cleaned out the chicken coop, and I take all the leftovers that are kind of dirty and gross from the chicken coop and I throw that in the compost. Then once it's clean, I can put fresh straw inside the roost, and then I can scatter some of the mixed herbs. The dried citronella is helpful for the flies and bugs inside of the roost, and also the mint and spearmint. It's gonna make the coop smell so much better, and it actually has therapeutic elements for the chickens. So not only can they consume it, but they also enjoy it in their living space as well. So it's like a little spa for the chickens. If I have it, why not use it to take better care of my environment and my animals? So that completes my summer outdoor chores. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. On Instagram, I try to share daily updates on what we're doing on any given day, so you can come over there and say hi and see more of what we're working on. But yeah, I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Thanks for watching.